Yeah. Check it. From the 305 to the world. Big C on the mic. Welcome to the inner circle. You know what it is. Yeah. Clock hits noon, ready for the breakdown. Big C stepping up, holding down the town. The Fan Posse podcast, yeah, we talking shop. Fresh off the field, never gonna stop. For the fans, by the fans, that's the code. Every single snap, every yard on the road. We dissect the stats, every gain, every loss. Breaking down the tape, checking every cross. Fins up, hold it high to the sky. Hard hitting talk, no need for a lie. From the trenches to the end zone, we keep it true. The Fan Posse, yeah, we waiting for you. Fins up, let the rivals all see. It's the daily grind, it's the podcast, it's Big C. Yeah. Keep it locked, fins up. Big C. Posse move. Word.
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Fan Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. Sorry the show's a little bit later today. I had to pick my daughter up from soccer practice. My wife wasn't up yet, so I had to do my fatherly duties. You know, I couldn't leave her hanging, so I had to set it back. I do apologize about that. Final preseason game rapidly approaching, which means we'll be having to get this final roster down to 53, getting ready for the regular season. Man, football's back. It's finally back. It's really here. We're right on the edge of it. I can't wait to see some real football. Stop with all the rumors. Stop with all the debating. Stop with all the predictions. We get real life football, and I can't wait for it. Super excited for the start of the Jeff Hafley, John Eric Sullivan era here in Miami, and I think the future looks bright, and I can't wait for it. I'm super stoked. I hope all of you are as excited as I am. I want to discuss a bunch of different things this morning. Some are good, some not so good. Let's say hello to the chat real quick. Lombardo, good morning. Idolmi, good morning. Bonnie, good morning. Michael K, good morning. Now, should I start off positive or should I start off negative? I've been debating, and I should probably just get the negative out the way first, right? I'm going to say this. I asked a question on Monday, I believe it was, or Tuesday, whether we felt like Tua should be booed when he comes back to Hard Rock Stadium on Friday. And I was on the side that I didn't feel like the fans needed to boo him, but I understood if some fans booed him. I get it. And some people mentioned some things and it kind of changed my mind. So I'm all right with booing Tua on Friday. Let him have it. That's fine. What I do have an issue with, and what absolutely disgusts me and almost embarrasses me to be a Miami Dolphins fan, and I've never said that, is as much stuff as the Miami Dolphins have gone through and the things that we've had to endure as a fan base, I've never felt embarrassed to be a Dolphin fan. I never, was on board with the wearing a paper bag over your head, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't embarrassed because we weren't a very good team. None of those things. None of those things. I wasn't embarrassed because we had a bad head coach or a bad quarterback or any of those things. But for the first time in my life, I kind of felt embarrassed to be a Miami Dolphin fan. And it has nothing to do with the actual team or the franchise. It's the fan base that makes me embarrassed to be a Miami Dolphin fan on this Thursday morning. The amount of fans that I have heard say that they wish physical harm to Tua Tagovailoa absolutely disgusts me. Absolutely disgusts me. These fans out there wishing for Chop Robinson to dump Tua on his hand and make his fingers crinkle up. Is that how low we've fallen? I got criticized for wanting to win a couple less games so to get a better draft pick. Yet we're sitting here talking about perhaps killing a man for what? A football game? A football game? Why? Because a general manager made a bad decision and paid him an obscene amount of money and he couldn't physically live up to the hype. We're talking about killing a man. We're talking about making a man unable to pick up his daughter, be a father to his daughter, his children, a husband to his wife, being paralyzed, being, calling a mush brain, and you know what I mean? That absolutely disgusts me. JD, we gonna have push it back. People are not contacting me about, a bunch of people are saying that they want to play fantasy, but people aren't hitting me in the email. So I don't, there's at least 8 people that said they wanted to play, but people aren't hitting the email. So I don't know what to do at this point. But again, how embarrassing why? For what? For what? For what? To say those type of things absolutely disgusts me. And I'm embarrassed to be associated with the people making those remarks. I just don't understand what this man did to use. And listen, I want him to throw 4 interceptions, right? I don't care about that. I don't care about him performing well so he can stay on an NFL team. I don't care about that. I hope he has a horrible game. I hope he has a horrible game. I'm okay with wanting him to get sacked. I'm okay with that. But to wish that he gets dumped on his head and his fingers crinkle up. I literally heard those words come out of multiple people's mouths yesterday. I just can't believe that. I just can't believe that. It sickens me, and I'm sorry if you don't want to get on board with that. It is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for that. If you're on that, you know what I mean? Like, I literally heard people say they wanted him hurt, they wanted him carted off, they wanted his fingers to do that weird shit that they do. Like, I just can't get on board with that, and I'm embarrassed that we love the same football team. Because in my opinion, there's no place in that. I've wished Tom Brady to tear an ACL. I have when I was a kid. But again, I think that's completely different. I wouldn't wish those things today. I wouldn't wish those things as a grown ass adult. But tearing an ACL doesn't change the quality of your life. Doesn't change. Tua could die. He could die. He could die. And why? Because he didn't live up to expectations. We drafted an injury prone, undersized quarterback. We drafted that. And then we decided to give it more money. And that's his fault. I just don't know. I think it's kind of crazy. Again, if you want to see Tua sacked, cool. You want to see him throw interceptions? Cool. You want to see him have a horrible day at the office? Cool. You want to boo him? Absolutely 100% cool. But that extraness I'm not on board with, and it disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. But let's move on. It is what it is. I don't know. So we make our way to our final preseason game. I'm still not sure who's playing and who's not. I'm pretty sure that our 4 linebackers are out. Zach Sealer's not going to play. Kenneth Grant's not going to play. As far as Malik Willis, does anybody have any news on whether Malik Willis is going to play? I absolutely think Malik Willis needs to play. I need to see some more from Malik. I need to see him come out and put a couple drives together. I'd love to see that. I don't need to see Devon Achane. I know that. I need to see Caleb Douglas. I need to see maybe Chris Bell. I need to see something from Jalen Wright. I'm excited to see Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers returned to practice. From what I get, he had a decent day yesterday, maybe the best day he's had of training camp so far. Quinn Ewers needs to really step up in this game against the Falcons, prove that he can be the number 2 quarterback on this football team, because what Cam Miller showed us so far through training camp and the preseason is he's not the guy. If Quinn Ewers goes out there and stinks it up, I would consider bringing in a quarterback. Because Cam Miller is not it. Miller says, I want Chop to get home. Don't wish injury, but he needs to be thumped by Chop. Listen, you can sack a quarterback without killing him. Chop did make the comment, we weren't allowed to hit him in practice. And I don't think Chop, meant that in a evil way. You know what I mean? You sit there and you listen to some podcasts and, because Chop said that means Chop wants to kill him. Stephen Ross has a hit out on Tua Tagovailoa. If you think Stephen Ross is stupid enough to have any type of illegal stuff, because that's illegal. We've seen it before, Bounty Gate. You think Stephen Ross is stupid enough to put himself in any type of situation that he could possibly get sued or penalized by the NFL right now with that Brian Flores lawsuit still going on? You're absolutely crazy. Stephen Ross ain't thinking about Tua. Stephen Ross is so rich that Tua money is not hurting him. He ain't thinking about Tua Tagovailoa. To think that the players here have ill will towards Tua, I don't believe that. First off, this roster for the most part is quite a bit different than even when Tua was here. Yeah, Joe. I mean, I don't want to see Tua score, and I just don't find the whole. I'm a father. I don't know how many of you guys are out there of parents, but anybody that wishes for someone to be hurt that has children, or it's just different. It's just different. You know what I mean? You're going to put this guy in a wheelchair for the rest of his life where he's unable to function, where he could have such a brain injury that he can't recognize his own children. Like, that's just crazy for me. Glenn says, I have a question for you, not saying that Malik is Allen, but if Allen was on this team, what would the record be? If Josh Allen were on this team, Glenn, I don't see it going much differently. I don't see it going much differently. If this is a 5-win team with Malik, maybe a 7-win team with Josh Allen. But even then, I don't. You know, this could be a 3-win team with Malik. If that's the case, it's a 5-win team with Josh Allen. You can't make up, again, Glenn, you can't make up, and this has nothing to do with Malik's ability. Malik, nor Josh Allen, nor Pat Mahomes can carry a roster that is so depleted by lack of salary, lack of experience. You just can't carry that type of roster to the promised land, especially when you're going up against teams that are considerably more well built. Joe says, Glenn, 10 wins. No way. No way. No way. Josh Allen carries his team to 10 wins. It's not, there's not enough talent on the football team. Again, it's not a quarterback. It's not a quarterback issue. This isn't a shot at Malik Willis. It's not a knock on Malik Willis. It's an overall roster that is not equipped to challenge or to compete at that level. Miller says, because what happens if Tua carves us up? There's two sides to a coin. We could be the game he plays to earn his roster spot. And I'll tell you now, if he looks good, it'll put a sour taste in my mouth. Again, I don't care to make him look good. Again, I hope he throws multiple interceptions. I hope he doesn't look good. I don't care about ending his NFL career by making him look like he's not a good quarterback. By all means, do that. Do that. Just by ending it by injury, purpose injury, I have an issue with. The Malik Willis home strokers don't want him to play. They want to live off that one drive a little longer. Miller, if that happens, it's time to panic because all the reports are saying Tua is struggling over there in Atlanta. What about last year's coaching staff with last year's healthy wide receiver room and Josh Allen? If you're telling me Josh Allen with a healthy Tyreek Hill and a healthy Jalen Waddle in this running game, are you kidding me? We're winning the division. You give Josh Allen, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill with Darren Waller in this running game that we had last year, we're winning the division. Willis practiced yesterday and threw a touchdown to Douglas. Yep, he threw a touchdown to Douglas that Douglas pushed off on. And then, of course, Douglas dropped another pass. Caleb Douglas dropped another pass. Which people are saying what, Joe? The funniest thing is when we do make cuts to the 53, all the fringe guys who made it will still be cut come waivers. We're going to claim 10 plus, so don't become attached to your favorite fringe guy until waivers. Again, who are they going to add who are they really going to add, Miller? They've showed you this coaching staff, this general manager has showed you they're not adding anybody of any relevance. They're not going to add a big name release from another team. They're just not going to do that. "75% of opinions that we find another quarterback on waiver wire." Again, people don't let good quarterbacks go. If you're a quality backup, chances are a team's not going to release you. So how good is the backup quarterback we're really going to bring in? I don't know. Quinn has struggled through training camp. He absolutely has. But if Quinn Ewers plays his best football, I don't know if there's really an upgrade out there over what Quinn Ewers is capable of. Again, Quinn Ewers played very well for us in those 3 starts last year. Did he play great football? No. Did he play good enough football for a backup quarterback? I would say so. There's a world where Justin Fields is waived over Nussmeier. I'd sign him over Quinn in a heartbeat. Again, Justin Fields, for what, Miller? For what? If Malik Willis goes down, is Justin Fields carrying this team to wins? Let's be real. Is Justin Fields going to carry this team to wins? Coaches and general managers make signings to fit their agenda. Why bring in a guy that is not going to win you football games? If you're going to bring in a guy that's not going to win you football games, you might as well bring in a young guy that has upside that you hope to tap into that untapped potential. No, Glenn, it's not the quarterback whatsoever. I said Malik Willis, I like his skill set, right? He got elite traits. Besides his overall size, he can throw the football. He's got a good arm. It's a strong arm. He can make all the throws. I don't think he's got the greatest accuracy, but I think it's good enough. He's athletic. He's fast. This isn't about. This isn't a knock on Malik. This roster is gonna. This team's not gonna fail because of Malik Willis, in my opinion. Does that mean Malik Willis is going to have a great season? I can't say that. I don't know if Malik can put on his cape and carry an offense that is so depleted of talent, of quality talent, of talent that is, again, we don't know what Caleb Douglas is going to be. But for everybody that thinks that everything that Caleb Douglas has shown us this preseason, this offseason, has shown us enough, I shoot back at that based upon what Alan Poupart has said, what Omar Kelly has said, people that are in the building watching these practices on a consistent basis. We're not there. So we have to rely on people like that. A lot of people have narratives. If there's one guy that I feel like doesn't have a narrative that I feel like gives more truth than anybody, I think it's Alan Poupart. So when Alan Poupart says something, I believe it. Now, you might think someone else, you might have a favorite other guy that you get your information from, that you believe, that you take their word for it. For me, it's Alan Poupart. I don't think he's a Dolphin fan, but I don't think he hates the Dolphins. He's been covering the Dolphins a long time. Um, I just think he's a honest dude that just calls it the way he sees it, and he's watched a lot of football. He's watched a lot of football. He knows the game of football. Ref, are you playing? Are you playing fantasy? What's up? There's still time. We haven't done the draft yet. We just need to get it going. Email me if you're down. And if anybody else is down for fantasy football, let me know. This is a second annual one. It's a super good time. You don't need experience. You don't have to have ever played before. It's super easy. We'll walk you through it. Uh, it's a good time. We've seen what JA can do at the regular season, assuming he is not also on the Bills. I think he adds 4 wins with 1 or 2 against the Bills. I don't think he adds 4 wins. I don't. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much the quarterback can do. He can't catch his own passes. He can't block for himself. He can't play defense. Again, Miller, if we got to go the quarterback too, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. And Joe Woodyard has been impressive the last few days of camp. Um, Definitely stepped up. You know, probably our deepest position on this football team is linebacker. And right now, our linebackers are kind of banged up. Jordan Brooks did return to practice yesterday. I don't think he's not going to play Friday. I don't think. I don't know what starters play Friday. Hopefully, some of them do. True Fin fan, and they do because a lot of them want to call people two and ears, but they're the ones that continue to bring them up. I haven't talked about what Tua's done in Atlanta not one time. I don't care to. When people try to bring it up to me, I say I do not care. But obviously, Tua's coming to town this week, so obviously he's gonna be discussed. Dotson, Willie Gay, second round pick, Heisman finalist, Jacob Rodriguez, out the league, leader in tackles last season. Jordan Brooks. What about them? Jordan Brooks. I'm pretty sure they said that Jacob Rodriguez missed practice yesterday, and maybe it's because he's been getting a lot of snaps. So maybe they just gave him a rest day. But Dotson dealing with injury. Jacob Rodriguez missed practice. Jordan Brooks out. Trey Moore is out for an extended period of time. C. Hopeful says, why so negative? I'm not negative about this football team. I'm just not gonna sit there and feed into the delusionalness of one of the teams with the worst setups ever going into a season is going to be a good football team. We're going to struggle, and it's okay that we're going to struggle. Who does he replace? I don't know. They're talking about releasing Willie Gay for some reason. I don't know why you would release Willie Gay. I would keep Willie Gay. Um, Maybe Trey Moore. Trey Moore's going on injury reserve probably, so maybe he takes Trey Moore's spot. the OG shutdown corner. Wait, Waddle, Reek, and Achan also come with our O line and defense. Allen has the healthiest O line all last year, and we still beat him here in Miami. I mean, we beat him one time. I mean, people want to. I mean, it was a nice win. It was a nice win. It was about damn time that we finally got a win against Josh Allen. But it was one win. He's had our number for his whole career. He's had our number his whole career. Stop with the Justin Fields. Justin Fields ain't doing nothing for this team. You're going to put all he's going to be doing is running the football. You're going to have a running back playing quarterback. You think he's going to be able to get it to these receivers on a consistent basis? Like, come on. Taylor Green's he's young and's got upside. He's way younger than those two. I mean, Richardson is intriguing to me because Richardson's got a rocket arm. Like, that guy's got a rocket arm and he's super athletic. Yeah, Raphael emailing me. Is there anybody else that wants to get down on fantasy football? Joe, get down on this fantasy. I know you're big banks. Come play fantasy football. You travel all over the damn world. Come play fantasy football with us. I think so. Email me, Raphael, and I'll email you back. I'll send a link if I didn't already send it to you. True Fin fan says Alan Poupart is one of the most honest reporters there. He was tearing into TD yesterday. Exactly. This is, and everybody, Caleb, everybody wanted to anoint Caleb Douglas. Everybody. Oh, he made a very good catch against the Washington Commanders' second unit. But listen to what Alan Poupart said about Caleb Douglas yesterday. And I'm sorry that people don't want to believe this, but why wouldn't you believe it? Why wouldn't you believe it? He's a rookie third-round pick that was projected to go in the fifth round. Caleb Douglas has disappeared. He had a touchdown catch yesterday, but it was on a push-off, and then he had another drop. If the ball's low, he's not coming up with it. If there's going to be contact, there's only a 50-50 shot he makes the catch. He said in preseason, he's had 5 opportunities, at least 5 opportunities to make really great catches on the football, including that one that he had against the Commanders in the preseason game. At least 5 opportunities to make great catches on footballs. That one against the Commanders is the only one he's caught. That's the only one he's made a great catch on. That's the only one. He double catches too much. If the ball's low, he's not going to get to it. And if he's going to get hit, if there's going to be contact, there's only a 50-50 shot that he's going to make that catch because he fears getting hit. And that's something we've discussed. He fears getting hit. Does that say what type of receiver he's going to be throughout his career? No. Does that say how good he's going to be throughout his career? No. Do I think that he still could be a really good receiver for this team? Yes. But to anoint him a Justin Jefferson type, a Jamar Chase type, better than Jalen Waddle already, is absolutely crazy to me. Bonnie says the fact that Allen isn't a fan is what makes his opinion so good. He is totally unbiased. I agree, Bonnie. I agree. He doesn't hate the Dolphins. He doesn't hate the Dolphins, which back in the day, I used to feel like Omar Kelly did hate the Dolphins. I felt like Omar used to hate the Dolphins by some of his takes. I don't feel that way about Omar Kelly or about Alan Poupart. I don't feel like he's a fan, but I don't believe he hates the Dolphins. I think he's spent so much time with the Dolphins, they've kind of grown on him, but he's still not a fan. He's not out there wearing Dolphin gear. He's not out there, uh, putting the fan and the logo on his chest. He just does his job and he reports what he sees. And I like that about him. Oh, congratulations, Raphael. Good for you, brother. Sign her up for fantasy too. Good for you, though, brother. I'm happy for you. Joe says he is the only one in the bunch with a real take every so often. I believe Alan Poupart calls it how he sees it. He says the best receiver on this football team right now is Malik Washington. And Malik Washington, I think we can all admit, he's not a number one, guys. He's not going to carry this wide receiver room. Can he have a good season for us? Sure. But I don't think he's going to go out there and beat the opposing team's number one corner. I think he's going to be Malik's safety blanket, honestly. What is the hardest catch to make as a receiver? I'll tell you because I am tall. The shoestring catches. And yeah, I get that, Glenn. I get that. What about the ones where he's not going to take the hit, though? Because there's plenty of opportunities for him not to get hit and he could go down and make that catch. But what about the other balls, Glenn? What about the other, opportunities to make a great catch that he hasn't come down with? How about anytime he's going to take some contact, there's a high chance that he's not going to catch it. And again, I stress this point, and I think it's a point that people forget. He's going up against our secondary that could be the worst secondary in all of football. You would think that he'd go out and dominate our secondary. If Malik Willis is as elite as a lot of you think he is, or as good as a lot of you think he is, and then you got Caleb Douglas too, who is elite in a lot of your guys' mind. Why aren't two elite players dominating a very weak group for us? Why aren't they dominating our secondary? Why? Why hasn't that happened? Not one time in training camp have you heard Malik Willis and Caleb Douglas dominated the secondary. Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share. Again, I think week 1, I'm going to allow everybody to come in the room and watch the game with me if they want. I'm debating how I'm going to do it. I don't want to sit there and do play-by-play. I think a lot of you will be watching the game regardless, so I don't think there's a need for me to do play-by-play. I would like to just be a fan with you guys and react to the game as it happens, and just have a good time, if that makes sense. I still want to enjoy my NFL season, and I don't want to have to sit there and call out formations and what the down and distances of each and every play. Like I said, I think most of you will be watching the game regardless, so I don't think that's really necessary. But I haven't decided yet. The realist Devon Achan ran the ball down Buffalo's throat. Should have beat them twice. We don't need a quarterback. If Willis goes down, we won't win a game. I agree. I agree. There's no this whole second quarterback thing is pointless to me. Is pointless. If Malik Willis goes down, this team is not winning games. They're not winning games. I don't care who you bring in. Why do you do that to these guys, Miller? We literally drafted Caleb T. Higgins, Caleb Douglas, DK Metcalf, and Chris Bell, and added a shorter Jarvis Landry, Kevin Coleman Jr. Why do you do that? Chris Bell is nowhere near the physical freak that DK Metcalf is. That's a crazy take. Kevin Coleman Jr.'s Jarvis Landry. Give me a break. Fantasy football is $100 buy-in. I'm gonna get a belt, I think, and whoever wins the championship, I'm gonna send the belt out with their payment. What's that mean? You know the truth, Lou. Let me hear the truth, Lou. What's the truth? Steve Smith, a Hall of Fame wide receiver, and a lot of others around the league are very. Steve Smith was there for one practice, bro. So you're going to listen to Steve Smith, who was there for one practice, instead of Alan Poupart, who's been there all year long, watching everything develop with these guys. Listen to what you say, because Steve Smith's seen one practice, and he likes the traits of this kid. But you're going to believe him over Alan Poupart. They were talking. Alan Poupart would have called them out if he was lying, Glenn. They were talking together. Describing Caleb Douglas. You're right. Omar Kelly did say that, but Alan Poupart agreed with it. Correct. I watched the Steve Smith thing. I watched it, but Steve Smith was here for a day, bro. A day. For a day. Lou, I gotta know. I gotta hear the truth, Lou. Steve Smith one day. Again, Glenn, you can keep making up excuses and trying to fit the narrative, but they separated it. They separated short, low catches to opportunity for great catches, and then catches for 50-50, that 50% chance he's going to make, and those are ones that he's going to take a hit on. They separated it in the categories, and I don't care. Listen, don't give me that he can't make shoestring catches. He can't make shoestring catches. Like, come on. Who says they're shoestring? They're lower passes, which I would take at the waist down. They're not necessarily down at your ankles. You keep talking about what's the hardest catch for a low, you know what I mean? Yeah, Steve Smith says Washington is a wide receiver one. That must be true. Exactly. He's not the only one to call Jerry Jeudy a bust. And the only reason he started talking trash to Jerry Jeudy is because Jerry Jeudy said something smart to Steve Smith. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Big C? Hey, I did some numbers on Willis yesterday while I was waiting for the salesman to show up. How many first downs from rushing do you think this guy has?
I mean, I don't think a lot. He's only played a few games.
Well, so, I broke it down. So he had 74 rushes for a total of 405 yards. 10 over 10 yards rushing, he had 16 for 249 yards. He's run for 17 first downs. For 23% of his rushes are for first downs.
I mean, that's actually more than what I thought it would have been. He hasn't played that many games.
But this is all averages. I don't care about games. This is averages. You know, well, you get other guys, these dual threat quarterbacks. Mahomes, 36%. Hurts, 41%. Jackson, 36%.
It's 17%.
These are all first downs. So no, he's only had 17 rushes over 10 yards out of 74 attempts. I'm sorry, I don't even know what the percentage is, but his first down rushes is only 23%.
That's how many times he ran for a first down?
17 times out of 74 attempts, yeah. So if you take those first down rush attempts out, he's only averaging 2.9 yards per rush, under 3 yards.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think that this is do I still have question marks about Malik Willis? Sure, because it's a limited sample size. But this year is not about – I'm not worried about Malik Willis as much as I'm worried about other areas of this football team. Obviously, the quarterback position is super important, the most important position on the field. But there's so many other areas that this football team is just lacking quality depth, lacking a quality starter in some cases. You got people like the realists. It's like you people are mad that we are actually going to have a chance to be decent and we have drafted really well. It's insane. You don't know that we drafted really well. Like, you don't know that. We thought we drafted really well last year, and so far that draft has not been very good, in my opinion. Jonah Savaianaya, although he's been better in this offseason, the games haven't been played. He was the worst ranked guard in all of football last year. I love Jordan Phillips, but it's not like he's a all pro. You know what I mean? Kenneth Grant has been a letdown so far. Ollie Gordon hasn't lived up to what I would expect him to be. Dante Trader looks like he could be a good player for us. Jason Marshall Jr. hasn't done anything. Quinn Ewers hasn't done anything. Like, I thought last year's draft was going to be a good draft. We don't know what this year's draft is going to be until they play games. And you add in all the pieces that we lost, the Bradley Chubbs, the Fitzpatricks, the Tyreek Hills, the Jalen Waddles, you know what I mean? Like the Rasul Douglas, and there's other pieces also. It just doesn't equal out. And we were unable to fill this team back up with depth because we don't have the money to do it. And it's not me as a YouTuber with my own little channel just making shit up. You know what I mean? You think that all these people on ESPN and the NFL Network and everywhere else are just stupid and don't know what they're talking about? You think they just don't know what they're talking about? But whatever podcaster you decide to listen to is so much smarter than everybody else.
Well, that's because they don't know any better. They watch YouTube. They don't watch national TV. They watch what people, and I'm using you as an example because you're a podcaster. They watch you. They watch Miss Fins. They watch TD. They don't watch the Fins tailgate because El Capitan is missing in action. I think he's recovering from syphilis or something. They watch all these guys that have all different perspectives on it instead of the conglomerate, which is, basically they're all in line with each other. But you get the Dolphin fans who are fans. They're not analysts. They don't know actually what they're talking about. They don't get paid to do it. They do it in their off time. And that's the problem with it. With all this.
The realist said he's not elite, but he's looking like a first round pick when you didn't even think he deserved to be a third round pick. How is he looking like a first round pick? Like where does that come from? When he catches 50% of balls he's going to take a hit on, when he catches no low passes and he drops a bunch of regular passes as well. Like, come on, give me a break. Where do you see this first round talent at? Where? This is all hype that someone's instilled in you without any evidence of it. Again, he's going against a bottom half of this NFL at the very least secondary. Our secondary unit is one of the 5 worst secondaries in all of football, if not the very worst. You don't think that plays a part in this? You don't think that plays a part in him being halfway decent, even if he did look as good as you think he does? You're obviously listening to someone that is boosting your head full of fake knowledge, fake thoughts. I don't know if it's coming from the same person that thinks we have the next our head coach is Baby Shula. I don't know if it's from that podcast or if it's from another one that looks like it's done out of a trailer. I don't know, maybe, but either or you're getting force-fed fake information. And I'm not saying the kid's going to be a bust. I'm not going to say he's going to be trash. I'm not saying he's not going to be an all-star. I'm saying you have no idea whatsoever. And so far, the things that I've heard, he doesn't sound any better than a third-round pick.
Hold on, my dog's puking.
True Fin fan, what's up?
What's up, dude? How's everything going?
It's going
What's up,
all
Drew?
right.
What up, Michael? Oh man, just here working in this about 100-something degree weather, but whatever. It's nobody's fault but mine. Should have listened to my teacher in the 3rd grade. But yeah, man, it's I wanted to comment early on what you said. That remember, I don't know. You said that you were embarrassed for the first time to be a Dolphin fan for a certain comment that was said.
Yeah.
Well, it's the comments about people wanting to see Tua get injured.
Right. I mean, I was there and I heard it as well. So as you know, if you heard it, yeah, I find that pretty low, pretty disgusting, if you ask me. There's players that we've all hated for whatever reason. For me, it was Jim Kelly and the Bills because they were kicking our ass all throughout the 90s. But I never once wished anything, I can't be that person, and as a fan, one of the things that I've always realized, there's people that are legitimately batshit crazy fans, bro. And when you hear things like this or like that just proves it, that they're like, it's a craze. It's like I I don't know, like try to think of it like somebody who's high on drugs and they're delusional and they're crazy and all they want is that next hit and they'll do whatever it takes. That's those type of fans to me. Like to wish bodily harm, you know, they got families, their sons, their husbands, their fathers, brothers. Just because you don't like them on a team that you're not even a member of, you don't work for. It's just crazy to me. People actually feel like they're on the field. People actually feel like it's them playing, and it's as delusional as I've ever heard it.
Well, and it's also, I guarantee they've never played organized sports in their life. Yeah, I don't care if it was little league or high school or even in the college. Because if you play an organized sport, you know that you're not out to hurt anybody. You're out to hurt them. You know what I mean? You're out to put like I played hockey. I didn't play football. I played 2 years. Didn't matter.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I want to mention this before it goes off the screen. Glenn says, I will listen to Steve Smith over Alan Poupart. He knows more about the receiver position. Also, the real says, and you think that Alan knows more about football than Steve Smith? It's not that I think Alan knows more than Steve Smith about football. I think that Steve Smith's seen one practice and Alan Poupart has seen him since he's became a Dolphin. That is the thing. You guys are not taking into account Steve Smith was there for one day. Alan Poupart has been there every day.
He works there.
I'm going to take what Alan Poupart says over what Steve Smith says every day of the week, because Steve Smith's getting he's reading one page of a book. How can you know what the book's about or the ending of the book if you've only read one page? I'm going to take the info from the guy that read the whole book.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have the traits. He's 6'4" and runs a 4.39. Yeah, he's got the traits, brother. Absolutely, he's got the traits. But lots of players have had the traits and not put it all together. If you can't catch the football by now, if you got an issue catching the football, which he has had a history of, this isn't Jamar Chase where he went through a little stint of dropping the football. Jamar Chase went through a little stint his rookie year of dropping everything.
So
he wasn't
Owens.
He wasn't known as a dropper of the football. This has been a constant issue for Caleb Douglas. One guy is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. The other is a beat reporter. Again, he's seen one practice. That shows me what you base your football knowledge off of. One guy's seen one practice. The other guy has been reporting on football for 30 years plus. Over 30 years.
33.
He's been firsthand at 33 years firsthand. I'm sure Steve Smith knows more about running routes and, leverage and stuff of that nature. But I'm pretty sure Alan Poupart knows what a good and a bad receiver look like. And again, one practice compared to every practice that Caleb Douglas has had as a Miami Dolphin.
Again, it goes back to what I was just telling you. When you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time if you think that explaining things that are common sense and logical to a lot of these, and it's not just the Miami Dolphins, it's fans in general in whatever sport, right? But there's it's just fans, man. It's like those fanatical, crazy fans who they know their team could go 0-16 and they're going to sit here and tell you, nope, no, we're not. We're going to win this division. We're going to be a wild card. We could even win a Super Bowl. They deep down inside know they're full of it, but they just can't accept reality for some reason. I don't even bother, man. I really don't. Like,
that's it, because they don't know any better. It's because they don't know any better.
They don't. I truly now I ask this question: is it when we say they don't know any better? Is it intelligence or is it just
No,
a denial part in their? I don't even know how to explain what I'm saying, but you guys get me.
yeah, no, it's not a lack of intelligence. It's a lack of football knowledge. In other words, a casual fan. You know,
Right.
some of these guys could be, I don't know, they could be lawyers or um, accountants or something. That's very intelligent people, high IQ. But when it comes to football, they don't know the ins and outs. They don't understand the
Mhm.
concepts. They don't understand any of that.
It's
You
just
know,
crazy.
it's like Florida Panthers just got Brady Kachuk. You know, so
Oh
now
yeah,
the Kachuk brother, Florida might not be that good because they lost a lot of other key players, including Bobrovsky.
yeah. But Brodsky was big.
You
Losing
know,
Bob
so
was
they
huge.
lost him. So now you're suspect in goaltending. You're going to have a hell of an offense. You know, you're going to score goals, but are you going to keep the goal? Are you going to keep the puck out of the net? And that's the big thing.
Yeah.
You know, other
Yeah.
some people don't see that though. All they see is, well, we got Brady Kachuk. Well,
Right.
all right, great. You got Brady Kachuk. You know, it's kind of like, oh, we got Josh Allen, but we don't have anything besides Josh Allen, so we're going to win 14 games regardless because we got Josh Allen. That's not how it works. Jethro,
None of
get
those
down,
draft
you
picks.
son of a bitch.
None of those
Sorry.
draft picks flashed like this, like several of these have in preseason and practice. Where did they flash at? Where? What's the flash? What's the flash plays they've made? Show them to me. Tell me where they're at. That one catch by Caleb Douglas, that Poupart says he's had five or more opportunities at great catches in practice, and that's the only one he's came down with. Just lucky enough for you guys to see it, right? To get your delusion up. This team, if you really look at it, and you guys want to listen to Steve Smith, but when anybody else that has played pro football or it works for ESPN or the NFL Network or this, that, and the third, you don't want to believe them when they say this team's trash, but you want to believe them because they said something positive now, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I watched the beginning of that Steve Smith. I didn't watch it all because he also did this thing on the Bills. But when he was saying that catch would have been a flag, and no matter what league they played, was he talking about offensive pass interference? Because he never said. He just said a flag.
He said it was defensive interference, but
Is that what he was referring to? I didn't get that. I didn't. He just said a flag.
Nah, I think he was talking about defensive pass interference, but I don't know if it's clear cut that was defensive interference. I think it was more offensive, but you know,
Because they did throw the flag for defense.
I'm glad that they did. I'm a Dolphin fan. You know what I mean? But I do think it was more offensive than it was defensive.
I don't know. I just think Dolphin fans.
Eye test. How does he look compared to other first round receivers? I don't know because I've only seen him catch one ball. I've seen him catch one ball. It was a good catch. It was a good catch, but I can't. That's not good enough. That's not enough to determine that he's a great receiver or that he was good enough to be a third round pick. That's not enough.
You know what's beautiful right now, what we're going into right now, which I absolutely love, is that now all of this, we're gonna be this, we're gonna be that nonsense from either side. All of it now will be proven. Now we'll know what we're gonna be. There's no more, I think this guy's gonna be great. I think this guy's gonna pass for 5,000 yards. This guy's gonna rush for 2,000. Now all of that nonsense is gonna be proven. One way or the other. One way or the other.
I'm still gonna take a shellacking though because you're happy that we're losing.
Right,
so you can
of course.
You can be right on your little podcast. You're a piece of shit. You're not a real fan. Blah 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 blah. And then they'll come up with a million other excuses. Like, come on.
Yeah, they're gonna come at you, at me, at the very few guys, because people, again, they don't want to have their little bubbles burst, right? They want to live in that little bubble world, that make believe world, right? Like we're a contender, but people like us will always be looked at and judged because we're not following, right? We have our own opinions. And none of us are saying anything that we hope. We're not hoping. As a matter of fact, we hope that we're wrong on our assessment, right? Like me and you, Big C, let's be honest, because we have pretty much the same views, almost identical in a lot of things. But these fans don't understand that nothing would make us happier than to be completely dead wrong and to end the season and say, man, we ended up winning 11, 12 games, 10 games, 9 games. Like, but they're going to come at us now and be
Absolutely.
like, I told you so. You're a hater. No, you can't. It's like if you're in middle school again. And I laugh at it because that's where I say, man, these people are just not right in the head. They have never grown. Right. So all of a sudden we'll be haters and you can't come. No, you can't be a fan anymore. I can't trust you. Like, who are you talking to, dude? You're not a member of the team and neither am I. We're just fans.
Oh, I'm not worried about that though, my friend.
I'm
I
not
am
at
not
all.
worried about that. Not in the
Not at
least.
all.
Not even this much. Matter of fact,
Mm-mm.
I'm so willing and so confident that I will put my channel up against any of their channels. All these big bad talkers that know so much about football, I will delete my channel. 100% if I'm wrong. If you're
I
willing to do
wouldn't
the
do that.
same.
I, w- I
If you're
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
willing
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't do
to
that.
do the same, I'm willing to do
No,
it.
no. You know why I wouldn't do it, Big C, and I'm pretty sure Michael K is going to be in agreements with me here because there is far more channels that feed you bullshit than the ones that keep it honest and real. If you look at the
Absolutely.
channels, if you go through the channels right now that we all know, right, the ones that are just the hypotheticals and the high clickbait type of channels, look at their views and then look at the views of the ones that keep it real, which are very few. And it's pretty lopsided. Why? Because there's a whole lot less people like us that are willing to speak the truth, even if it hurts. So if you do something like that, you know what you're doing? You're helping them move you out the way. I wouldn't give them that satisfaction. Hell no, I wouldn't give them that satisfaction. You got to be here every week, every day, whatever the hell you want to do it, telling them this is what it is. Because fans deserve better than that bullshit. Fans deserve better than that bullshit, than to be lied to. So that then when the season happens at the end of the season, and it is ending up a 3, 4, 5 win season, and they're crushed, they have somebody to say, wait a minute, maybe this guy was right. I'm not saying you're going to turn everybody's opinions because everybody has their own, but still, don't do that. Don't do that. They're not worth it. That's what I'm saying. They're not worth
Well,
it.
I just happen to hear someone say that, the same person that thinks that our new head coach is Baby Shula say that he was going to do that. And I don't believe it whatsoever. Because it's just not in him to tell the truth. Uh,
Right.
but I heard them say it, and I'm willing. I'll shut this shit down. This don't
They said, who
mean
said this
that
on a
much
pod?
to me.
You mean a podcaster?
Yeah, yep,
Another
yep.
show?
Yesterday,
Oh, I missed it.
they said
Oh, wait a
go
minute.
back and watch the beginning.
Wait. No. Okay, I got
He
it.
said it
I
pretty
got you.
early in
I got you. I
Was
remember
it
now.
was it the one that I told
in the
you?
in the real. Yeah, I mean it was at the very beginning. I was listening when you said something.
Okay,
I
I
listen
wasn't
to a
sure. I
lot.
didn't.
You know what I mean?
I was wandering around the house. I just had it on my surround sound.
I choose not to go in there because it'll be a full blown attack because there's just so many crazy people in there that it is not worth my time. But the realist is it's just all you people that don't know shit about football, don't know nothing about the formations, about the routes, nothing. All you want to comment on every little negative that you see. You obviously do not know football, my friend. And I don't. You can say ask TD, ask Doug, ask Reason. You think these people really know you?
All
Because
right. Or
where
care
you
about
send
you.
them you send them a super chat and they mention you. Like, come on, my friend.
Yeah.
If you know so much about football, you would realize. Here, let me pull a few things up. Let me pull a few things up. And it's not just it's not me making things up in my head like a lot of you guys currently are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This comes from real places. Can you guys see this?
Let me see.
You can see the
I
salary
see it.
cap.
Yeah.
All right. 26. count along with me. We got Zach Sealer making $11 million this year. Austin Jackson making 6 something. Jordan Brooks making 6 something. Malik making 5 something. Aaron Brewer making 5 something. Kenneth Grant making 4 something. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With Caden Proctor, who's a rookie. Chop
Yeah,
Robinson,
count the rookies out of it.
8. Terrell Dotson, 9. Chris Johnson, who's a rookie, 10. Devon Achan, 11. Jonas Vainaya, 12. Jacob Rodriguez, 13. We got 13 players, and some of those 3 or more are rookies that make over $2 million on this roster. Then you got players like Patrick Paul, Juju Brent, Greg Dulcich, who is not a minimum. Those 3, I would say, are not minimum contract guys. They're just getting paid a low salary this year, right? Would you go that far? You guys there still?
Well, the veteran minimum for 7+ years is 1.3 million.
All right, but I'm saying those 3 guys are just getting a low salary this year. I wouldn't consider those guys minimum contract talented guys, right? Fair enough.
Yeah, because you can see how many years they've been in the league.
Well, I'm just saying talent wise, they're not they're not something you would consider minimum contract guys. They're not no name guys. There's some guys. Those 3 guys are guys that are going to bring value to your team.
Possibly.
Patrick Paul, Juju Brent, Greg Dulcich. So that gives you 16 players. 16. Every single one of the other ones. Now you got Caleb Douglas, Jalen Wright, both 1.3 million, 1.2 minimum contract. Those guys. So that gives you 17, 18 players. 18. Uche, I would consider him a minimum contract guy. Jalen Tolbert, minimum contract guy. So we got 18. Riley Patterson, minimum contract. Daryl Baker Jr., Willie Gay. Willie Gay, I'll give you 19 players. 19 players. Your punter and your kicker, I'll give you 21 players. Will Kazmarek, a rookie, 22 players. Chris Bell, 23 players. Austin. Trey Moore, 24 players. But these are still on rookie contract guys. Malik Washington, 25 players. Jordan Phillips, 26. Dante Trader, 27. Kai Lewis, 28. Everybody else, 28 players. 28 players out of 53 are literally either rookies or guys that you would say are talented. Every other contract that we're going to have on this roster is just a minimum contract dud of a player. Literally any other one. And then you add in out of those 28, 6 of those were rookies. 6 of them were second-year guys. That takes your 28 minus 12 is what? 16? You got 16 veterans on this team. And that's counting third-year guys too, you know what I mean? 16 players that are not rookies or second-year guys that you can count on for your overall roster this year. Only 16. 16 out of 53. How do you think that matches up against other teams around the league? How do you think that matches up against other teams around the league? Let's be real. Let's bring up something else. This is an ESPN article ranking each position group. Who's got the best? Who's the shakiest? and so on and so forth. Let's see. Why is it I'm trying to see what size this is? All right. You can see it on the screen. Am I okay?
Not yet. My computer's a little bit behind StreamYard, so I can see it, but
all right. So am I on the right one? Let me see. Yes, this is the right one. All right, quarterback. Quarterback is the best is in Buffalo. Josh Allen, they think, is the best. Arizona's got the shakiest quarterback room. Where do the Dolphins rank? Where do Dolphins rank?
you're in running backs now on my screen. So
quarterback.
well, you're not in the top 16.
Yeah, we're not in the top. Here, right over here is. It goes over here on the side. I didn't see it. We're 27th in quarterbacks.
Oh, there. Yeah, now I can see how it goes. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize it. Running backs.
I wasn't reading it right.
Running backs were actually kind of high. I think Indianapolis got the best running back room. Hold on, let me.
Well, you're not high. 26 in the quarterback. And I think that's just the starting quarterback. I don't think they're factoring in the backups.
They are. Bill, your background noise is way too loud.
Is it good now?
It's better. Running back, they got the Indianapolis Colts as the best. The shakiest is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Unit to watch, Seattle. Our unit's actually pretty good. We're 8th out of running backs overall. Buffalo right behind us at 9th is overall running back rooms. So running back's pretty good. Wide receiver rooms. Number 1, Cincinnati Bengals. Shakiest Miami Dolphins. The Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle era is over in Miami, leaving the rebuilding Dolphins with a major short-term hole at the position. I say short-term because they invested 2026 draft resources in the position. Chris Bell, Caleb Douglas, Kevin Coleman. But it's hard to project the year one impact for those rookies, especially since Bell is returning from a torn ACL. The likes of Malik Washington and newcomers Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert, who might both get cut, are suited for situational depth roles, but they could be the Dolphins' starting trio most of the season. Well, we know those guys are getting dropped. So, again, that doesn't take away that the Miami Dolphins are ranked the shakiest team. They're going to go through rookie mistakes, rookie issues. They have to learn the NFL game. It's not crazy. Tight end, shakiest room, Miami Dolphins again. Greg Dulcich was solid for this team down the stretch last season. But the reality is he's a 26-year-old journeyman with 67 career receptions. He would be a depth piece on most rosters. Instead, he'll work as the Dolphins' top receiving option at the position. Rookie Will Krasmerick and Seydou Thor, as well as fourth-year veteran Ben Sims, will be in the mix for snaps. That's two groups that we are the shakiest. Offensive line, Denver's got the best. Shakiest Houston. We're ranked 27th at offensive line.
I agree with that 100%.
I think our offensive line's better than that, to be honest. But if we
what did you actually, Big C, in all honesty, what did you do to the offensive line from last year?
I mean, Austin
Jackson, you added one rookie who's unproven.
Austin Jackson being healthy, if he can stay healthy, is a big hit. And if Jonah can improve at all, that's a big deal.
You guys are putting too much stock in that. You guys are putting way too much stock in what the media is saying about us.
Oh,
Miller, you really need to come back to planet Earth, buddy. I swear.
You just put too much stock in one practice that Steve Smith's seen.
How do we know it was one practice?
Because he goes around and stops at different training camps. You think
So
he's
he only
living
went
at the
to one
Dolphins
practice,
camp?
even though he stated he's been at the practices multiple.
He's not been at the practices, bro. He's not been there. He goes around the league. That's what he do.
And I don't think you're
come on,
factoring in
bro.
because you brought up the cap, bro. And the cap situation, everyone knows. But you got to understand, we're moneyballing this year.
No, you're
We're
not.
not looking
You're
for
not.
overall better players. We're looking for overall better situational players. We're going RPO. We don't need the elites. We need the guys who can get off in certain situations.
Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. What players have they brought in?
We brought in some dogs. We drafted some dogs.
No, you don't even know their names. You don't even know who they are.
I can name them right now.
Go look them up. Go look them up.
Key plays on this
Go look
team.
them up.
Lewis Moore.
You're crazy.
Major
We brought in
Burns.
some dogs. Give me a break, bro.
Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman.
Who never played a game. Never played a game in the NFL.
Those are rookies.
We'll see. You'll see, man.
He's such a dog that he can't come down the ball when he's going to get hit, right?
You don't run the Ferrari when you're testing the Civics out before the season starts. You know what I mean? You don't.
He's not a Ferrari. He's a Prius.
Number one, Hafley has no idea what he has. Period. He didn't coach this team last year. He's never been a head coach.
I don't know how to say that when Hafley does know. Hafley's literally, that's his whole job is to know. He's making the 53 this weekend. He better know.
Has he ever coached an NFL team?
No,
Has
never.
Joe Brady?
No.
What's that got to do with the Dolphins?
Joe Brady's been with the Bills. Joe Brady's been with the Bills for 3.5 or 4 years, maybe 5 years.
So he gets the betterment of the doubt versus Hafley, huh?
Joe Brady knows what he has in his offense. That's half the battle right there.
Joe Brady only is in the NFL off of star quarterbacks. He only got in the league because of
Has Joe Brady been a coach in the league before, though?
Because he's with Josh Allen, bro.
No, Joe Brady's never been a coach. He's been an offensive coordinator.
We got a real coach here.
How do you know
that? You don't know that. Again,
Miller, if you're that confident, Miller.
Parsons that looked better 2 years ago, and then got Micah Parsons and made it even better.
They weren't
better. As a defensive coordinator. That's great.
We got a real defensive coordinator that's a head coach.
Miller, are you going to bet me the grand, Miller? I got you cornered, or are you going to duck me? I got you now. You want to bet the grand?
See, if Anthony Weaver would have gotten promoted to head coach, where would we be?
We don't know. Same place we'd be right now. I like Jeff Hafley. Listen, I like Jeff Hafley and what he's done so far, but to say that we know what he's going to be is absolute horseshit. You don't know.
I'm not saying we know what he's going to be. His story's not.
Yes, you are. That's exactly what you said.
What we have in the chamber, because you still got to fire the shot. You got to fire the shot this season to see what you really have. But knowing what we have loaded up and the type of caliber we're working with, I mean,
you don't know that. Again, you know nothing.
You know what I mean?
You know nothing about what you're talking about. Nothing. You're assuming, you're projecting, all that stuff. And the thing is, you're projecting all these guys to their extreme highest potential they could ever be. Not only are you projecting Caleb Douglas to come in and, be a decent third rounder, you're projecting him to be NFL All-Pro year one. Like, that caliber player. Like, that's crazy. And not only are you doing it to him, you're projecting Jeff Hafley to be the greatest coach the Dolphins have had in the last 30 years. You're projecting Malik Willis to be as good as Josh Allen. You're projecting this offensive line to be the Dallas Cowboys line of the 90s. You're projecting, Chris Johnson to be
We got a real
Darrell
quarterback.
Revis. Come on,
got
You don't have a real quarterback.
you don't know that though. We hope so. We hope that we got a real quarterback. We hope that
You know,
Malik Willis can be a top 10 quarterback, but we don't know that.
We had a
You know what?
at quarterback in Tua, and this guy is looking light years better. So why would we
Yes.
not think we have a
First
top
off-
10 quarterback? Because Tua was top 15. You know what I mean? Tua
First
wasn't
off-
as
first
bad
off-
as everyone likes to declare.
First off, Tua was absolutely phenomenal in preseason and in training camp. Like the guy when the ball did not hit it didn't hit the ground in preseason. In training
It
camp.
wasn't until week 7 that Tua started having issues. You know what I mean? He was good the first
Okay,
7 games.
so if Tua looks so good in training camp, why can't Malik Willis hasn't looked as good as what Tua typically did?
Because the issue is Tua's whole game is based off of what he does in preseason. We're not letting Malik play his game. We're making Malik play the pocket passer game.
What? What did he just say?
Please,
We're not letting
please
Malik
just
play Malik's
please
game.
be realistic.
We're letting Malik be the pocket passer, dude.
Didn't you just say it was the RPO? Didn't you just say the Dolphins are running an RPO system? So how is that being a pocket passer?
We were running pro styles right now, situational. I mean, what do you think we're working on? We have stuff already set in motion that we already know we can do.
The realist,
Work
that's
on
where
the
you're
plays
wrong.
that
Malik
you know
has
you can't do in the preseason versus what you already have down.
What do you know?
The
You don't
realist-
know what you can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Big C. Go ahead.
We're not stacking on top of something that's established. We're building what's established right now. You understand?
You don't have nothing established because this is a new team. You can't say that it's established. It's a new team. You don't know that.
Fins
The
up,
realist-
guys.
The realist,
Can you-
Malik has. Hold on, Malik has everything that Tua doesn't. False. Malik doesn't have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. He doesn't have a Juju or a Juju Smith or a Darren Waller. He doesn't have those three things. So no, he doesn't have the same things. I think Malik could be a good quarterback for us, and I think that he's got more skills than Tua Tagovailoa for sure. But that's where things get different. People want to think we just got better at quarterback and everything was the same. No, we got considerably worse at wide receiver until these guys prove that they are what you think they are.
Good morning, guys.
And like,
Good morning.
if
Go ahead.
How you all doing today?
All right, yourself.
I'm great, Big
That's
C.
what we've been relying
I would
on,
like.
building the.
He keep talking. I don't know what he's talking. Go ahead.
I mean, people are gonna find the way they want to find. I'm not up here to butt heads with my community YouTubers who give us the platform to have our takes and whatnot. I'm not here for that. I think fans have been putting me on the hot seat. Big C, if I may, would you like to run down your starters and backup for the 45? Because I think there's going to be like 8 positions that you can claim off waivers, but I think I can run down the 45 starters and backups for the season, for the starting season. And if you want to, you got the roster up.
I can pull up what ESPN says, and it's not necessarily what I think it's.
I got the Ireland's up. That's closest to Ireland's roster for Dolphins. Notice the guys that they've been sitting for the last few weeks. I've been noticing that. Of course, shout out to certain people who've been sending videos for the 15 days of camp.
All right, right here goes quarterbacks.
And then
Malik Willis, quarterbacks. Malik Willis, Quinn Ewers says the gap between Ewers and Cam Miller is a lot closer than one between Ewers and Willis. I don't believe that. I think if Quinn Ewers plays decently against Atlanta, that Quinn Ewers is by far the second best quarterback on this roster. Cam Miller's shown me absolutely nothing. So I think it is Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers. Thoughts?
Yeah, I have enough respect for Quinn for what he did last season, playing through an injury, might I add, last season. Um, and so I think Quinn has cachet. And I'm not worried about a guy who normally sits in a Green Bay system. Love sat for 2.5 years. Rodgers sat. If Quinn Ewers sit out his contract, that's what he's supposed to do. That's how I'm looking at it. So Quinn Ewers has cachet for the backup to sit. Not, I guess, that's how I look at it. I'm good with that.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I
agree
we
with
got to
that.
keep
Teresa.
we got to keep the analysts of each position down a little bit, just because we won't get through the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So almost like an agree, give a quick reason why you agree or disagree. All right, running backs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, Carlos Washington Jr. Says no major surprise in the Dolphins running
we didn't
back
say
room.
if we would keep 3 or 2. We didn't say that.
You're only keeping 2 quarterbacks.
You keep 3? Okay, keep 2. Move on.
The other one's going on practice squad. There's no one's claiming Cam Miller. Running backs, Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, Carlos Washington Jr. No major surprises in the Dolphins running back room. The team didn't bring in much veteran competition this offseason. The top 3 are firmly established. Achane will be the focal point of Miami's offense, with Wright and Gordon spelling him. Washington makes the team after consistent playmaking throughout camp. Ollie Gordon is currently dealing with an injury, so maybe they bring in another running back. But I think Devon Achane and Jalen Wright are probably your top 2. Maybe when Gordon gets back, he takes over the number 2 spot, but I would say it's probably those 3 running backs for the most part. Thoughts?
You don't think Carlos
You want to go first?
is playing with Jalen, outplaying Jalen Wright?
I think Jalen Wright's going to get an opportunity. I don't think he's got more talent than Jalen Wright. I don't think he's got a better build than Jalen Wright. They just got to figure out how to tap into Jalen Wright's potential.
It's just
for me,
fumbles for me, man.
For me, real quick, not enough from Jalen Wright. He hasn't built a cachet over his period of time. Too much fumbles. I'm cutting him. $170 snaps over his career, 5 fumbles. That's
True
not
Finn,
enough.
you still in here? He's not in here no more. Yeah, I mean, the fumbles is an issue. It's crazy that Miller, you're so big on Jalen Wright's fumbles, but you're not so big on Caleb Douglas dropping the football. A little weird, but it's okay.
Caleb Douglas hasn't dropped the football in a regular season game over time. Like,
he hasn't caught a pass in a regular season game neither. He hasn't caught a pass in a regular season either. But you're still projecting him to. You're still projecting him to be a top receiver, right? Right.
See, yeah, Big you guys. I have to go back to work. My bad, brother. Because but I am listening. I wish I could do this with you guys right now. So yeah, I'm listening to all your stuff. Okay, take it easy. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
All right, man.
Wide receivers: Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, AJ Henning, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr. I'm not sure Jalen Tolbert makes this roster. I do think they probably go with 6. I don't know what another option would be. I think Malik is your clear-cut number 1 wide receiver right now. Obviously, Caleb Douglas is going to get an opportunity to start. Chris Bell has gotten back healthier than what we thought he was going to be. I like Kevin Coleman in the slot. AJ Hennings had a good camp. I mean, maybe Jalen Tolbert makes the roster, but he's probably at the back end of guys getting targets.
I think he can beat out Henning. He has 7 touchdowns in his career. That beats out Henning.
Marshall Jr. than I do from Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert would be the last guy on this list for me. He'd be the last guy.
I think BOE shows
We're
more.
breaking down
AJ
receivers. Hey, Joe.
You said what?
I said you'd have AJ Henning over Tolbert.
Yeah, Tolbert.
I'd have
I know what
Tolbert over
Tolbert
Henning.
is. I know what Tolbert is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, AJ Henning is something that, could possibly be more than. He's got higher upside, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Right. And you
I
can
still
use
think
that
Jalen
couple of
Tolbert and
million
AJ
which you gave Tolbert.
No, I think all 6 of them are making the team. All 6 of these receivers are making the team. Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, AJ Henning, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman. You disagree?
I think the Henning Tolbert thing is the last. Yeah, the Henning Tolbert is up in the air for me. But I get either way. I like Wood because you can use Tolbert's money to do something else, and go with Henning, or you can go with Tolbert because he's shown red zone skills.
Again, they're not. First off, Tolbert's money is nothing. It's minimum contract money. Second of all, they're not adding any pieces like you think they are. If they add something, it's going to be minimum contract. I'm telling you, they're not
rookie contracts from what I've seen. Yeah, it's all been rookie contracts who's never played.
Yeah, that's the type of they're looking for guys with upside and potential. That's it.
Which shows us that Henning has the upside then.
So
So
what is
6.
this saying? Basically, Tutu doesn't make the team. Who
Tutu
else?
cut.
Who else?
Nah, he hasn't showed enough.
Tutu.
Jalen Wright for me.
What?
Taj got
Theo
cut 2 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, Taj got cut?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Theo goes to the practice squad.
They really must be listening to me.
He fumbled the punt return.
All 6 of them guys make
Again.
the roster, though. Tight ends: Greg Dulcich, Will Kresmerick, Sadeo Thor, whatever his name
Troy.
is. Ben
Troy.
Sims. I think Sador goes to the practice squad. Greg Dulcich, Will Kresmerick, and Ben Sims, if healthy, are your 3 tight ends.
Then comes the question of the punt, the fullback. The kid returned to fullback. I forgot his name.
3 tight ends.
Seydou Traore doesn't
Well, if
count
you-
as a roster spot, so we really only have 3 tight ends. So we keep all of them.
So I'm saying,
What about the kid who?
It's not like we have 7 receivers. Or how many running backs did he keep?
That's the
3.
thing, right? You got
4 maybe.
the fullback there.
I would use Greg Dulcich. I would use Will Kresmerick as the fullback. I mean, the guy's supposed to be such a great blocker. You know what I mean? Why waste a spot on a fullback?
So you send the fullback to the practice squad and just let Ben Sims or Kazmarek go to the F. Just play F position. So 3 tight ends, okay?
I mean, maybe you add another tight end with some more receiving ability. Right now I say Greg Dulcich. I don't like Ben Sims as a receiver really. Will Kazmarek, he's more of a blocker. And the other kid's just, I don't know if he's experienced enough.
Go get John.
He's not going to be Johnu this year.
I'm saying go get Johnu.
They're not making no moves like that. I'm telling you, brother. They're not doing it. They haven't made no moves like that all off season. Now you think they're going to do that? Like, come on.
I mean, they did it last year when we got.
This isn't the same team last year, Miller. This isn't the same team last year, Miller.
Hey, Miller, when you were
fighting for the playoffs,
weird how it's lining up.
Miller, when you were abducted, was there bright lights and soft music?
Hey, I'm just saying, like
Ambience, eh?
that was a
Nice
coaching
ambience
staff
with
and
stars.
that was a coaching staff and a general manager desperate to save their jobs.
You don't think we're desperate to win?
No, not in year one. This was a rebuild. That's where you guys get it messed up. This isn't.
It's a retool, not a rebuild.
No, it's not a retool. When you get a new general manager, a new president, a new quarterback, a new head coach, and you tear down and get rid of half of your team. That is, if this isn't a rebuild's not a real thing.
I see what
Full circle, Tua comes and he took your money. Full circle, Tua took your money, and here we are today. But we're gonna count, guys. We're gonna count the offense after we've completed the offense, just so we know how much we've created a 53-man so far. So, okay, so that's wide receivers, tight ends 3,
offensive linemen. Got Patrick Paul, Caden Proctor, Aaron Brewer, Jonah, Austin Jackson, Caden Wallace, even though he's a bum. DJ Campbell, Andrew Meyer.
I'll go first.
Salary got rid of, injury destination. Go ahead.
Okay, based on if nobody gets hurt, I like Heck backing up. I like DJ Campbell. Well, let me put Heck to the side. I like DJ Campbell, like Meyer and Pre. So that's 8.
Meyer sucks.
I think I'm stopping at 8. You need a center, and Preeb has been showing some power at guard. DJ Campbell has been showing versatility. Joe playing both guards.
Okay.
He's anchor. He's an anchor. I think three guys makes this team total 8.
I concur with that, but I actually do like Henning.
What?
Who?
This dude came for the smoke, man. He ain't worried about no building roster. He's still worried about Henning receiver.
We're talking offensive lineman. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Not bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to get whatever Miller smokes. I need to get to that.
With Big C. Yeah, it's okay to disagree with Big C, but we're trying to fill the roster, man.
Again, Patrick Paul.
I'm not impressed with Andrew Meyer. I hear what you're saying. I would actually figure out who else could play center, and I would make them the backup, and I would keep Heck and get rid of Andrew Meyer, but still keep 8 linemen.
See, I think Heck has been horrible.
I think he has.
He's been horrible.
But
he's a turnstile, bro.
This can be a backup tackle. I mean, aside from kicking Caden Proctor out, yeah, it's only Caden Wallace, right? The other guys are all guards.
I'll call him up, but see, I can call him up.
Not Henning. I was meaning Wallace. I like Wallace.
If a tackle goes down for
wait, is Wallace a tackle or a guard? I thought he was
he's a tackle.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Wallace is, and DJ Campbell's a guard.
Yeah, if
Look,
Jackson,
I wouldn't be upset if we found a different backup center, though. I don't think Meyer is shit.
If Jackson or Patrick Paul go down,
he played fantastic last season in the final 3 games. I think he did a fantastic job.
He looks lost out there.
That's his cachet for me.
Against guys that aren't even going to be playing, he looks lost.
If Patrick Paul or Austin Jackson goes down for any amount of time, Caden Proctor's getting kicked out.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you got a hole at guard. Which
no,
that's
so
where maybe
DJ Campbell in the wings.
Yeah, but again, DJ Campbell's a late round rookie. So
well, you know what, Big C, we should keep in mind that Sawyer went down, right? And that was unexpected, and that was a free agency ad. So if we are going to add something in the free agency, it might be right there. We had
guys, I'm not a beat writer, right? But I have access to Discords where people who have went to the training camps on fan days, they have videos in there that they can't post on social media, obviously. But I'm telling you right now, DJ Campbell is an anchor. And this is because I've seen it. So I'm not letting him go.
I wouldn't let him go neither. No, I don't think any of us are letting him go. We're not. Nobody's saying
Yeah,
that DJ Campbell go.
no,
We're talking
but
about
some
we're
fans,
trying
they're
to
just
add a
not.
piece.
This sounds like not many players, though. How many players is that on offense out of the
One,
50?
Caden Proctor. One. I mean, we got
You got
It's about
eight,
two
keeping 8 or
quarterbacks.
9, and I like 8.
6,
We got 2
12.
quarterbacks, 4 running backs with
That's
the Cardinals
20. So
Washington.
yeah, so 24 players on offense.
6 receivers,
Yep.
3 or
So that
4
means
tight ends.
26 defensive players and then 3 special teamers, probably.
Defensive line, you got Chop Robinson, Josh Uche, David Ajobu, Cameron Good, Max. Yeah, however
Someone's
you say his
breaking
last
up.
name.
Llewellyn.
Zach Sealer, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, and Zeke Biggers.
That's going to be the
Hold
heart
on
of
now.
the
I
defense.
don't
Know
like
that,
how
right?
they blended the edge rushers with the DTs here, but
Right, that's what I don't want to do. So
yeah,
guys, we're gonna have to differentiate guys who are ends and or wills. And, you know,
I think the first. The first 5 are the
there is no
ends,
wills.
I think.
There's no weak linebackers in the
the top
defensive
row
line.
is the edge. The bottom row is the DTs.
Yeah. So the ends are Chop
so
Robinson,
in
Josh
our
Uche, David
lands,
Ajobu, Cameron Good, and Max.
well, how about the kid that they signed, Fowler? I'm getting the name wrong. He
Colin.
didn't even practice.
He's
Let
a
me look
camp
at the
body.
our
I mean,
lands. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
he's a former first round pick, but again, he.
So that means Matthew Butler gets cut, Alex Huntley gets cut, Keith Cooper Jr. gets cut, Cameron Good gets
I don't
cut.
know.
No
Actually, I
practice
like
squad.
Cooper Jr.
They got Cameron Good on there.
Oh, they do. Oh, I missed that. So yeah, Clellan Farrell is not on there though, right?
Yeah.
I would
Yes,
find a way
Cleveland
to keep
Farrell.
Cooper Jr.
That's the
Robert
guy.
Beal Jr. Yeah, Robert Beal's not on there, right?
They're redshirting Farrell.
What do you mean?
So at camp, I've seen them redshirt Farrell, meaning they're keeping him out because he's going to play significant. It seems him and a few
Putting
other
him in
guys.
the
Joe
season?
Big C, have you guys noticed that
You're saying they're
during the
holding him out
last 10-day
like a
practices to
starter?
Hold on.
like they've
Can't talk at
played
once.
enough? Sorry, Big C. Okay, it's like, have you noticed from day 10 practice to day 15? It's like you've done enough. You don't have to practice and show anymore. They've been
No, he
doing
hasn't.
that to
That's not
Cleveland
the
Farrell.
case.
They've been doing that to
No.
Jacob.
What is he
Yeah,
showing?
see, that's what people don't understand,
Farrell hasn't
man.
been here long enough to show nothing.
We're not trying to evaluate the
Is
proven
it Farrell?
commodities we have established now.
Is it Farrell or Good? I think it's Cameron Good. I'm sorry. It's Cameron Good. So, okay. So, Cameron Good. Llewellyn goes to practice squad. Chop, Uche, Ajabo.
I like Ojabo.
That's 5.
Not if you send Max the
Chop,
practice squad.
Uche.
That's 4.
Chop. No, we don't have to. Josh, okay. Uche, Ojabo, Chop, and then you got Cameron Good. So that's 4.
Are you looking at the screen? Because all this is on the screen.
No, I'm looking at the ends.
I'm talking about. Are you looking at the
defensive
screen?
tackles?
Are you looking at the
I'm
screen
looking
on my
at our
channel?
lands. No,
Listen,
I'm
look
gonna.
at my screen on the channel.
I'm
It
gonna
shows
climb
the 5
it up.
that they're saying is going to make the team.
Okay. Okay, Chop, Uche, Ojabo, Cameron. Wow, wow, they agree with me.
Big C. You realize we're gonna make these cuts, and there's still gonna be 10 more fringe players on the 53 that are gonna be cut for the waivers claims. we're probably only going to keep half of the people we're talking about.
Half, Miller. Half.
I'm talking like at key positions like defensive end, safety, wide receiver, a QB, and even a running back.
What?
Not half. You're tripping. First off,
Bro,
if
that's your team. That's all you have. So I'm sorry, Big C. What was the total on offense?
We got
24.
We got 8 offensive linemen,
24?
4 tight ends. That's 12. 6 wide receivers. That's 18. 4 running backs. That's 22. 2 quarterbacks. 24.
Disconnected.
And we agreed with most of this?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
All right,
okay, so
week
that's
one
24 then.
week.
Okay, so that's 9 added to that, right? Because we just completed the defensive tackles and ends.
But we didn't do
Okay,
defensive
cool.
tackles. We did the ends. Defensive
Okay,
tackles.
cool.
Zach
Let's
Sealer.
do the ends.
No, the tackles.
Yeah.
Zach Sealer, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers. Correct.
Omar
Zeke
Jr.
Biggers and
Matthew Butler.
well, right now
they have a shot, but I don't think you're cutting any of these 4.
you're not
we
exceeding
all watched
9
the
in
Giants
total at ends and
preseason game,
tackle.
right?
Well, Miller.
We all watched the Giants preseason game, right? The only 2 bright spots that entire game were the linebacker Woodard and the defensive tackle Omar Cooper Jr. I feel like it would
Omar
be a
Cooper's not
disservice
going to
to cut
unseat
him.
none of these guys, though. Zach Sealer, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers.
Yeah,
I would put Matthew Butler in there for goal line situations over Max Llewellyn right now. That's the change I would make. Over Max Llewellyn, I need goal line situations. Matthew's pushing people back. I've seen it in practice and in film.
So maybe we keep 4 defensive ends and 5
well, Kenneth
tackles.
Grant's probably going to start on IR if he's not.
Yes, because Zeke is able to be versatile. The reason why I say that is Zeke, guys, is unique. He's able to flex out and be end, and also set the edge, obviously. And then he has the length to push out and cut guys off of the sideline. So that's the versatility. If you can lose Max Llewellyn to practice squad and have Zeke stretch out and play end as well. Versatile.
All right, linebackers, Jordan Brooks, Terrell Dodson, Jacob Rodriguez, Kyle Lewis, Willie Gay Jr. They got Trey Moore on here, but I think he's probably going to be out for the season. Ronnie Harrison Jr.
Put that Woodard guy
Thank you.
over Moore.
That's the I just remembered it. It was Ronnie Harrison. Guys like him, Rodriguez, guys like even Kevin Coleman. They don't have to show more enough. They don't. Zane Anderson. Certain guys don't have to show. So it was Ronnie Harrison. They were. Yeah, but I mean, it was Ronnie Harrison I was trying to remember. He's been so outstanding. And I was asking someone the other day, is that the brother or son of Harrison who played for Pittsburgh? No.
Kyle Lewis might be counted in the safety room, so maybe another linebacker gets added. Who knows? But yeah, I think Jordan Brooks, Terrell Dodson, Rodriguez. There's been a little bit of talk of Willie Gay getting released, but I just don't think there's enough talent on this team that you release Willie Gay. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, he freelances
he becomes
a bit,
your de facto Sam. Yeah, because of Trey Moore, he becomes your guy who can set edge, play down, engage, crash. So Willie Gay immediately becomes like Trey Moore's replacement. Yeah.
Like, are we counting Trey Moore on season-ending IR, or are we actually holding out hope he comes back on the roster? That's the issue here. If we are, then yeah. But if we're not, we got to find someone to fill his hole.
Well, I mean, he's going to be gone at least the first 4 weeks at the very least. We don't know enough about the injury yet, but for the first 4 weeks he's going to be gone. We'll have to talk about it more, I guess, then.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I'd put
Yeah,
what you
so
said. His name's Woodyard.
Jack Woodyard.
Yeah, I would have him in Trey Moore's spot right now, and I'm cool with those 7.
Mhm. And guys, I've seen Llewellyn stretch out and play the role where not he's not Van Ginkel, but Llewellyn is able to come off of his edge and play the running back on a wheel. He's done it in tape in training camp.
Yeah, but you said you wanted to keep Matthew Butler instead of him, so.
But now that I've seen the missing of Trey Moore, then I can just slip Max Llewellyn right in there because he can do that. He can crash down, set the edge, and then wheel out on a running back trying to get upfield.
All right, cornerbacks: Chris Johnson, Juju Brents, Jason Marshall Jr., Ethan Bonner, Marcos Wilson, AJ Green III. I like Chris Johnson, Juju, of course, Jason Marshall Jr. AJ Green is the 4th best in my opinion. Ethan Bonner, I think, gets cut, or just you bring him back for special teams, but I don't know if that's he's a good gunner, but I don't know if that's enough to secure his roster spot.
Yeah, for me, not enough from Ethan. He's had the opportunities a few seasons. He's not breaking on anything. He's not taking away nothing. He's just the same. I can be with you. I will never turn my head or make plays. It's 3 seasons. It's like a Jalen Wright situation.
I think this is maybe we look at this position as someone that you might add someone off the waiver wire to the cornerback room. But Chris Johnson, Juju, Jason Marshall, and AJ Green, I think, are locks. It's Marco Wilson,
Yep.
Ethan Bonner for me that are the question marks.
Marco has done enough, and AJ Green has taken over some positions from people.
And then if Storm Duck ever gets back, maybe he takes one of those spots.
Remember,
yeah, I can see them.
guys, Storm Duck is the starter when he returns.
I don't believe that. Unless they're pushing
No, he is
Chris Johnson
before
straight
the
to
injury.
nickel. I don't think he's taking Chris Johnson's spot, and I don't think he's taking Juju Brent's spot. He's not better than either one of those
No,
guys.
but he was better than Marshall to be able to start 6 games. So I think when Storm, just remember, guys, as Dolphin fans, Storm was a starter before the injury. So it's not like you're getting a scrub back when he returns.
Yeah, but he wasn't a high level starter, in my opinion. He was just a starter because he was better than the other bums that we had.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then safeties, you got Dante Schrader Jr., Lonnie Johnson, Michael Treff, and Zane Anderson. And, they're playing Lewis Morris safety a little bit. Dante Schrader he's taken on a leadership role in his second NFL season. But this room's one of the weaker areas on this football team. It says Lewis Moore is the name to keep an eye on here as a bubble player. I think this is another spot that maybe you try to add someone.
I think this is an underrated, overlooked room. Once again, I appreciate just doing more research on these players before the Dolphins acquire them. Lewis Moore, I think, will be the starting free safety alongside with strong safety Dante Trader. Lewis Moore, coming from Indiana, was the #1 ranked safety in terms of percentile of what he was able to do against opposing offenses. So I think that he would step right in. Lonnie Johnson is trash from his tape in preseason and in camp. Lonnie Johnson has lost his position to Lewis Moore.
Yeah, I don't love Lewis Moore as safety though. I think he's better closer to the line of scrimmage. I think he does his damage up there, and I don't think he's quick enough to play.
Not Kyle Lewis, Big
You know,
C. No, I don't mean Kyle Lewis. I mean Lewis Moore from Indiana.
okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry, my fault. I got him mixed up. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the
Lewis
way,
Moore is
Kyle
a.
Lewis is on the practice squad now that we talk about it.
They put Kyle Lewis on this practice squad.
That's what we did, I think. Yeah, because we kept those guys.
No, they were working him as
Oh, shoots.
safety
No, they
or
got him there.
linebacker.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Leave it. Okay, back to the
And then
safeties. All right. So, yeah, I like 4.
yeah, I mean, this is another area where I could see that they bring in someone to um, maybe add another guy from another team after cuts to try to boost up that room a little bit. And then special teams, you got Riley Patterson, Bradley Pinion, and Tucker Addington as long snapper. Yeah, I mean, I don't see them moving off Riley Patterson. He was good for us last year. Uh,
What
Bradley
what is
Bradley Pinion's
interesting
gonna be all
about
right.
Addington is he's much more powerful than Ferguson, who we let go. Ferguson was declining in strength, allowing guys to burst upfield, allowing block punts from the Dolphins in the last 3 years. So Addington is a much more stronger guy. Not as John Denny. John Denny was a guy who could basically bull rush a bull, but Addington is very strong.
Yeah, I mean, so that's I don't see a lot of areas that add pieces. I mean, unless you're going to add them to the practice squad, but a couple guys, a couple positions we could possibly add some players to. But I mean, I agree with ESPN's for the most part. Uh, you know, and again, I don't think it's just the lack of depth and when players get injured that some of these guys just aren't uh starter material, and we all know that injuries happen and we're going to have to deal with that at some point. uh and then some of our starters just aren't starter material. They're third, fourth options on other teams, but because we only had so much money to spend on our roster this year, we had to make sacrifices. But thank goodness it's only for 1 year. Next year, we'll be able to have some money to spend. Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan will have another draft under their belts, be able to bring in some more pieces that they like and not inherit the pieces that they already had. So I feel way better about next year than I do this year, but the games will be played.
Now, let
I
me
can't
ask
wait for
you.
the regular season to get here. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, Big C. What is your 3 strongest rooms?
Three strongest. I'm gonna say running back, offensive
Mm,
line if it can stay healthy, in the linebacker room.
mm, I agree. Wow. So that, hey, listen, guys. Big C thinks we're going to win football games because he's sitting there. Big C sees exactly what's going on, man. He's just trying to calm you guys down who are overexcited. Big C sees what's going because I believe that the linebacking room is the key to run stopping because you have to have fits and then you have to have the linebackers clean up. And so if we get ran through this season, it's because of our over expectation of a linebacking room. And so if our eyes are seeing the true things, our run stopping is going to be top 10. It is what it is. So
Oh, Joe, I know that. I mean, I think that the running back room is definitely top heavy. Obviously, you know what I mean. But I think Devon Achane could possibly be our best player. So to not mention that room, it's hard for me. Again, the linebacker room I think is probably our best overall as far as amount of players that I feel like are pretty good quality. And then again, the offensive line, if Jonah has been as good as what advertised this offseason, and I have high hopes that Caden Proctor can be a dominant guard. I don't think he'd be if he has to play tackle at all this year. I think he's going to struggle at that. But at guard, I think he has the opportunity to be dominant. Um, and then Austin Jackson needs to stay healthy. So, although I said the offensive line, the offensive line can really that can become a big weakness for us very fast, very very fast. If
Yes.
Austin Jackson goes down, we got to kick Proctor out to tackle. Proctor's going to struggle at right tackle. He's never played right tackle. Uh, Jonah, maybe he doesn't take a step forward this year, and he's back to being the Jonah of last year. And then we got to fill in the other two
No,
guard
no.
or the other guard spot. We'd be in big trouble there.
That first of all, Caden Wallace. So what he's been showing in camp is he's been telling Chop, you got to come with something else. Now this is Caden Wallace against Chop Uche in practice from videos that you can't publish. He has some savvy to him with his hands. Anchor is average but good enough. I'm okay if Austin does what he does, which is get injured, and then you step up Caden, a guy like Caden Wallace from the practice squad. I cut Heck, Charlie Heck. The thing is with leaving Proctor at guard is Salier and Aaron Brewer are already used to who's beside him. So I would bring up Caden. I would allow Caden to do his thing because he's not showing me turnstile. He's shown me he has some hand savvy and anchor. That's good enough. And then I don't have to mix up my line all of a sudden. Oh, Proctor has to be nah. Everything is set. You call up Caden and you move forward.
Yeah,
I
we'll see.
dread having to kick out Proctor, Big C. I dread that idea.
Yeah, I don't like it neither. That's why I said even though I thought Caden Proctor could be dominant at guard, if you drafted him to be your right tackle, you should have started him at right tackle right away so he could have started getting accustomed to it. He could have started getting practice reps at it. If we got to kick him out in the regular season at any time, he we don't get that luxury. He doesn't have all those practice reps. He don't have all that off season to get better at it. He's just going to have to move over there and learn on the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some guys struggle with
And
that.
another thing, guys,
And
John Eric Sullivan is not trading a sixth round pick and swapping it so he can, you know, put Caden Wallace through waivers so someone else can claim it, and then he loses a sixth for nothing. So to me, Heck gets cut. It's Kalen Wallace, Preeb, and Meyer. You can let DJ Campbell go to the practice squad. So to me, like I said,
no,
a
I think
backup
someone will get
tackle on
DJ
any.
Campbell if we let him go to the right.
You think so?
I think some
Yeah.
if we
Then if
waive him,
that's
I
the
think someone
case,
will grab him. Yeah.
then now if that's the case, bye Caden, and he has to then go because I don't want to have to deal with Charlie Heck, man. But by the same token, okay, Caden, DJ Campbell, and Meyer or Preeb, right? Preeb or Meyer probably may make it to the practice squad. So you let Preeb and Meyer go through waivers, and then you let DJ Campbell, Caden Wallace, and Andrew Myers, who's the other guy. Anyways, doesn't matter right now. But yeah, I'm okay with what Caden Wallace has done so far. Um, to not mess up my line. Because okay, so now three strengths of the team, and so my if I'm looking at we're going to make throughout one guy, meaning the Javon Holland game sealing fumble, and then he recovers it. That's game sealing. Juju Brents did it for us, right? Guy was about to score, he punches it out right there at the 20, and we recover it. So if you, so I'm expecting game changing plays from Max Llewellyn and okay, why Max? Because I think I've seen enough in practice. Um, another big, I was going to say Trey Moore, but he's not here. Lewis Moore, I expect a game-changing play at starting safety for him. And you got one or two through an 18-game season.
All right, Sharif, I'm going to get out of here, brother. I appreciate you coming on and talking this 53-man roster with me. We'll see what happens. It's rapidly approaching. We'll be playing regular season games before we know it. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. Guys, take care. Fins up.
Anthony, it's all right. Happy birthday, bro. See, Miller, that's the problem exactly right there. And you need to really look in the mirror, my friend. And this is your intervention. You say Proctor will be the man amongst boys and he should manhandle, which is cool at guard. Absolutely. And then you want to act like Proctor can, if he goes the tackle, that he can be great there too, no matter what. And like, there's just, rookies have learning curves, my friend. They do. And the amount of salary cap that we had to bring in guys is just, our coach is going to have a learning curve. Our quarterback's going to have a learning curve. And it's okay. Our receivers, are going to have a learning curve. Caleb Douglas is going to have to fight through the issues that he has. He's scared to get hit. He does have hand issues. He does. He's been known to drop passes his whole career. College, high school, pros. He struggles to catch the rock. He's got to work on that. Chris Bell, I heard he was gaining no separation yesterday. Like, I don't think that knee is 100% yet. And I think he's just so desperately wants to get back on the field that he's kind of forcing it. And I would hate to see him get re-injured because he's coming back too soon. And I'm sure it's got to be tough on him, feeling like he's so close and watching all his teammates practice while he's over on the side doing dumbass exercises and this and that. I'm sure he just wants to strap it on and go to war with his brothers. But if he's still hurt at all, that's such a major risk, because we're relying on this guy to be something special for us in the future. He's the guy that I feel most confident about if he can get back from this injury. I think he was the most talented receiver that we probably drafted. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Again, we play the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow. Hopefully we get the dub. Hopefully we see our starters play some snaps. I want to see Malik out there for a quarter or at least a couple drives. I want to see them go up against Atlanta's defense. AJ Terrell is one of the better corners in the league. I'd love to see what Caleb Douglas can do against a corner of his magnitude. And hopefully we get this dub on Tua. Hopefully Tua's return to Miami isn't a successful one. But again, for the ones of you out there wishing ill will onto a Tagovailoa, that's absolutely wrong and disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game. To wish this man to get hurt, to die, to get paralyzed because he was overpaid is absolutely crazy. It's crazy. And be better. Let's be better. Not as just a fan base, but as the human race. Be better than that. Douglas has no more college drops than Hurst. Who says Ted Hurst is a great wide receiver, though? Dolman? You've brought that up to me multiple times. But that's here nor there. I don't care about Ted Hurst. I care about Caleb Douglas. Dolman, I'm going by what our beat writer has seen at practice. If the ball's low, he's not making the catch. If he's gonna take a hit, it's 50-50 whether he catches it. And he's still dropping other catches too. If he needs to make a spectacular catch on it, he's one out of about 5. He's made one great catch out of 5 or more attempts. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And Bonnie, I don't even want karma to come back on them. I just want us to be better. Again, maybe I was wrong to say we shouldn't boo Tua. That's every fan's right to boo Tua. That's every fan's right. Me personally, I don't feel the need to boo him. Boo him. Tua may be rich, and that's great and all, but Tua loves the game of football, and he knows that he's at the end of the line. That his dream job, the thing that he loves most in this world, is soon going to be taken away from him. So everything ain't roses for Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, he's rich as all hell, and he'll still live a happy life, I'm sure. But he won't ever get that love he has for football. He'll never get that back. And I think that's going to be taken away from him. But to wish ill will, to wish that he can't hold his daughter, to wish that he gets... The most disgusting thing I heard is, I want to see them pick him up, drop him on his neck, and I want to watch his fingers do that thing they do. That was such a disgusting statement, and it made me sick. Again, it made me sick. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's fins up. Let's go out there and beat them Falcons. Let's continue to grow. The season's gonna be a long one, but hopefully we can still have some fun along the way. Again, we're running out of time as far as fantasy football is concerned. It's a great time, I'm telling you. If you've never played before, it's very easy. They help you. I will help you. We need some people. Email me, please, immediately. Let's get this thing going. The second annual. I think I'm going to get a title belt, and the winner will hold it for the year. Fantasy championship belt. Something like this. But fantasy football, you know what I mean? Hopefully I can get the Fin Posse logo in the middle of it, and you just hold on to it for the year until the next season. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm going out of focus now. But I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Fins up. Peace.
Yeah. Check it. From the 305 to the world. Big C on the mic. Welcome to the inner circle. You know what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Clock hits noon, ready for the breakdown. Big C stepping up, holding down the town. The Fan Posse podcast, yeah, we talking shop. Fresh off the field, never gonna stop. For the fans, by the fans, that's the code. Every single snap, every yard on the road. We dissect the stats, every gain, every loss. Breaking down the tape, checking every cross. Fins up, hold it.